to help you make your most informed choices. You can search metamorphosisconnections.com for classes, events, wellness and life coaches, plus metaphysical products and shops. You can also search for a wide array of healers from all modalities, including EFT, sound healing, energy healing, light therapy, ancestral healing, shamanic healing, reflexology, past life regressions, hypnotherapy, yoga, and more. And if you're not sure where to start, the search feature on metamorphosisconnections.com is tailored to help both those who know what they are looking for and those who are just starting. Come explore the possibilities for your higher self by visiting metamorphosisconnections.com. Their experienced practitioners can guide both beginners and those that are already on their spiritual journey. That's metamorphosisconnection.com, your link to direct you on your spiritual transformation.
Greg Bakun here. I love historic tours of Minneapolis and seeing everything it has to offer. But if you know me, I like to include a little spooky in my tours, which is why I found the perfect combination. Minneapolis Trolley Tours does this amazing candlelight ghost tour that you have to check out. It's an extremely immersive experience. It's a trolley trip that starts out at a haunted mansion, traveling around Minneapolis locations, exposing ghost stories that the public and business owners would rather left untold. Then a tour of the aforementioned haunted mansion where ghosts of past residents from the 1800s reside, plus a lot of surprises to discover. Next, experience Gertrude's After Hours. Did I mention Gertrude is the mansion's most famous ghost? Maybe she'll show up. And you finish up the tour at Gertrude's Lounge in the haunted basement of the mansion with refreshments and Q&A. The trolleys are climate controlled and the mansion is restored to perfection. Check out MinneapolisTrolleyTours.com for more information.
With your AM 950 weather, I'm Brett Johnson. Look for cloudy skies tonight with a low around 14. Thursday, some light snow with a high near 27. And Friday, partly sunny with a high around 25. Thanks for supporting AM 950. To show our appreciation, we're offering the 2025 AM 950 calendar with Matt McNeil's photos and progressive history. Donate $10 monthly or $30 one time to get it, or include Tom Hartman's signed book with $25 monthly or $100 one time. Learn more at am950radio.com.
Portions of the following program may be pre-recorded.
The views expressed and the opinions given by the individual host, guest, random reptoid, or chupacabra may not necessarily reflect those of AM 950 Radio, its affiliates, or its sponsors. Now, it's time to step into the unknown. There are things people experience but never talk about. A shadow moving in the corner, flickering of the lights, a disembodied voice. We invite you to talk with us. Share your story, share your experience, because this isn't just your story. This is our story. This is GhostBox Radio with Greg Bakun.
And this is GhostBox Radio on AM 950, where every night we talk about the paranormal, ufology, Bigfoot, and so much more. My name is Greg Bakun. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. First off, I just wanted to apologize to everyone who wanted to tune in last night to listen to Miriam talk about cold cases and everything else. I kind of was a cold case last night. I wasn't doing too well, and as you can see, I still have coughs and whatnot. So I do apologize. I'm not that you asked or cared, but I'm doing better. I'm actually a lot better than I was yesterday. So I'm on the mend. Before we get too deep into stuff, I really just want to say that please put some thoughts and prayers towards the Pacific Palisades fires out in Los Angeles. It is looking so devastating. It is looking so horrible out there. A lot of the lives have been lost. Property has been lost. It's and I'm sure some of you are out in that area. My deepest concerns and also thoughts and prayers are with you all. I've been out in that area many times, and let alone the fact of stuff like just housing and property. A lot of historic places are being destroyed as well. Part of that also is like, I know that the fire is like nearby, like the Hollywood Bowl and heading over towards the Hollywood sign, stuff like that. And just people who have lost property, lost lives, lost animals. Thoughts and prayers are definitely with you all. And then also, I just wanted to quickly remind everybody before we get started that I am going to be out in Wabasha this weekend for the Pear Fair over at the Anderson House. That's this Saturday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Anderson House in Wabasha, Minnesota. And it's going to be a great time. Lots of paranormal groups are going to be out there. A lot of people that you could talk to get some information. Like I said, I'm going to be out there. I'm going to be speaking sometime Saturday afternoon. I want to say it's like 3 or 3:30, talking about aliens, of course, aliens, and interactions with them and stuff like that. It's going to be a great day. Please stop by. My guest tonight, psychic medium, Refined Divine Deb. She has some incredible events coming up. We're going to talk about those more in the second segment, but bringing her on right now. Deb, how are you?
I'm great. Thanks, Greg. It's great to be here.
It's, first of all, Happy New Year. We haven't really spoken since the last, you were on the last week before we took our break. That seemed to be like taking forever. It's a good 2-week break. It was pretty incredible. And you were out doing traveling and stuff like that. And I think when we last spoke with you, you were you in Florida? You were in Florida when we last spoke and when we were on the show.
Yep, we did a show from Panama City Beach in Florida. Yep. And then we headed on down to New Orleans.
Yeah, incredible. And did you have a good time out in New Orleans?
Yes, it was a lot of great history. I got to show my kids around. I was there about 12 years ago and always wanted to have my kids experience the history in New Orleans. So it was really wonderful to be able to take them and show Dave too. And Dave just fell in love with New Orleans, felt straight at home. He really enjoyed the music on the streets and just enjoyed the culture and the food and just the way that everybody feels like it's just a really good place to be and everybody's welcomed. That overall feeling of the Big Easy, Dave really loved it. He really loved it.
Absolutely. Now, tonight, Deb is with us as we do every other week. We have Deb on, one question readings. It's a lot of fun. Just a couple ground rules I want to remind everybody about as we do every time that we have Deb on. Please remember, Deb is many things, but she is not a lawyer. She is not a doctor, nor is she a politician. So we don't talk about anything like that. Please do not ask questions about your health or about your anything that's like legal sort of questions or whatever else. Pretty much anything that could you just don't want to get in that area. These are meant to be one question. They're lighter readings. They're meant to just answer a question and be able to get an idea. Now, of course, you are more than welcome to get a full reading from Deb, and you could do that over at refineddivinepsychic.com. I always like to remind people, this is just a sampling. This is not a full reading, what you're going to get tonight. That's where you go over to refineddivinepsychic.com. You can schedule a reading. There's a lot of options for readings. You don't have to do full-on readings. There's other options. Do you still do the 5-question readings?
Yep, 5 questions for $45 written. Mm-hmm.
There we go. So I mean, you could just, if you don't want to talk to her, and why wouldn't you want to talk to her? I mean, come on, you should be able to talk to her, but that is an option as well.
Some people just aren't comfortable, and that's totally okay.
It is. Yep, totally, absolutely. And then, of course, you can go over and go to Facebook. Refined Divine Psychic Medium on Facebook. Just type in Refined Divine Psychic Medium, and you're going to be able to find her there. Go and like the page or follow. Be a follow. We just got done talking about this. Follow the page, and it's so funny and made me kind of cough out my. It's amazing. The whole day I've been able to talk. Okay, I've been able to talk the whole day. It's I do cough or whatever. As soon as the show starts, it's like every sentence I need to cough. I don't know what is going on here, but luckily you're going to be doing all the talking tonight. So as we always say, you can put your comments, you can put your questions in the comments section, but you can get to the front of the line much quicker if you call in 952-946-6205, 952-946-6205. That is where we're going to go right now. And we're going to go and say hello to Adam. Adam, are you with us?
Yes, I am.
Hi,
Greg.
Adam.
How are you?
I'm doing well, Adam. How are you doing?
I am doing just great. Hi, Debbie.
Hi.
What you got for Deb tonight?
So around this time of the year, I think about my grandma a lot. I lost her about a year after I got sober. I was able to spend a lot of time with her.
Don't tell us I get anything, Adam.
And I just want to know if she's got a message for me.
Yeah. What's her first name, please?
Pat.
Pat
Yep.
with P. And is that her real name? Or is it Patricia?
I think it's Patricia. I was just called her Grandma Pat.
Yeah. Okay. Because we got like a Patricia. We got like Pat's not my real name, and we just got this flood of overwhelming love in my heart. And so she actually feels more like your mother than your mother. Does this sound right? She says that she, yeah. So she's taking ownership for raising you, and she's taking ownership for what a good person you are. Does this make sense?
I don't know about the part about raising me, but
She's
I
she's
think,
she's taking
after I
ownership
got
for
sober, yeah.
she's taking ownership for the structure or like the love that she's giving that created the good person.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's inside of your heart. Like she's
Mhm.
saying to us that a lot of your really good qualities came from her.
Mhm.
Yeah, makes sense?
Yep.
Okay. And so she's showing me the phone. Is this a lot of the way that you would communicate with her?
No.
Did you talk to her on the phone quite a bit?
Yeah, mainly we went over after my meetings and spent time with her at the nursing home.
Okay, before the nursing home. I think what she's talking to us about is before the end of her time. What they do is
Okay.
they give me like their life, right? So we're talking about she's giving me like when during your lifespan before, the end.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So the way you would communicate with her before, we're talking about like during her life, not during her death, but during her life. The communication took place on
Yeah.
phone?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. So we go through, it's like a progression when we talk to people that are passed. So usually people think that we talk
Okay.
about just before their death or who they were at death, but that's not the way they communicate with us. They start from the beginning and we work our way up to make sure that we are talking to who we're talking to.
Uh-huh.
Okay. All right, good. And so she gave us that, and she gave us the phone, a lot of talking on the phone with people, and that was what she did. She feels like she's very connected to the listening and the sitting, and that's just who she was for a lot of people.
Yeah, she didn't drive.
Yeah. So it's like literally
She was
just
always
sitting
home.
and listening. She just shows me like a table and sitting and listening, and this is who she was.
Yep.
It's like everybody came in just to talk and just to share and just to be. And that was who she was. And she loved that.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. And now there's something special about you specifically and what you would bring her.
Sorry.
That's okay.
I brought my daughter to see her for the last year of her life.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
when she was in the nursing home.
Because she always, every time. Yeah. And that filled her heart with joy. It brought so much happiness. She really
Thank you.
appreciated it. She says to us
I
that you're
know.
doing great. She's very proud of you. She's very proud of you. She gives me like this great honor that you were able to complete what you started and you finished it. She says to us that she doesn't miss a beat and that, you know, her mind was real quick. And so she says to us, it's still real quick and she doesn't miss a beat. She watches all of it.
Yep.
She watches all
I
of it.
never doubted that for a minute.
And she says that you actually feel her, Adam. She says to us that you get this sense inside of your body that she is around. Do you
Yeah,
understand what we're talking about?
I think so.
It's a memory that takes place, and she says that it's in mind's eye. So this means this happens inside of Adam's head, where you'll feel like you have a thought about her or a memory about her, and then you get this sense of ease or peace that enters your heart area. And she says that's her.
Every time I get that feeling, I put on one of the movies that she had.
There you have it. There it is. And she says that that's her.
Thank you.
Yeah,
What a
you're so welcome. You're so
what a
welcome.
what a very special gift to know that she is still with you and she's so involved in your life. I mean, that is beautiful. I'm so glad that, I mean, you knew that anyway, Adam, right? But you just wanted to you just wanted to get a little bit more information and get that solidified a little bit more, perhaps.
Yeah, I didn't really need the reassurance, but it's just some of the things that it's just nice to have, just nice to hear. It's just gives me a better feeling about it, and I always feel her, so she's always with me.
That's incredible, Adam. Adam, please, thank you so very much for calling in. What an incredible moment. I'm so glad that Deb was able to help you with that. Just incredible. Thank you.
Thank you, Greg. Thank you, Debbie.
Yeah, you have a good night.
Yeah.
And, you know, and I think for any of us who have lost any loved ones, of whether it's grandparents, parents, animals, pets, these are the type of things, even if this isn't exactly for you per se, or for me, that it's, and I say you as the listener, that it's nice. You can't help but feel really good about that. You know what I mean? That to know that this isn't my grandma, but we know that exists for all of our grandparents and parents and everything else, that we have that connection still, that it isn't the end. You know,
Absolutely. They love to communicate through memory, Greg. A lot of people who are passed on the other side, it is their go-to because they can stem a memory within inside of your heart or within inside of your mind very easily. And that memory will come up, and that's when they can send that feeling of love, that feeling of peace. Sometimes people will smell their parents or smell their grandparents, smoke or perfumes, or the smell that they always used to smell, or something that grandma used to bake all the time will kind of just flush over their face, and they're like, oh, there it is. And that's when they can kind of sneak their way in and say, hey, I'm here. I'm here and I'm looking out for you and I love you. And they're just giving you that little nudge of, I'm here. And so people say to us, how come people that are past don't have more to say? And this is our answer to you: because they don't miss you. They're with you always. And their life is not as complicated as ours. And there isn't bound up with thoughts and things and places and if, ands, or buts. It literally is just love and supporting you through this lifetime that we live here on earth. And that's all they're doing now that they're on the other side, is just supporting us and just being there for us. They don't have things that they have to do and aren't doing. They literally are just there for support and love until the cycling through happens again.
And I know we need to take a break, and I know that Mark and Angie are waiting in the wings, and I asked them to just be patient with us for a little bit, but I do want to make this point. I think what was really interesting about that reading with Adam was the idea of what we consider to be very important moments that we're remembering, and we're trying to have that like syncopation with them remembering, but they're doing something different. So especially the bit with the telephone, she's showing the telephone because that was something that she thought would resonate, where he's somewhere different. He's thinking somewhere else, and
He's in a different time frame of his life.
Totally.
Yes, because she's talking about like her functional time of life.
Absolutely.
Right, in the progression
Absolutely.
of her life. Yes.
And probably more of when she was in her, that she was in the prime, more of her prime, right?
Yes, exactly.
Very interesting stuff. And Adam, thank you so much for calling in. I mean, it takes, this is why we love doing this, because we, just be able to just help people and allow them to, I say you, look at me, I'm taking, when it's you and I doing it. Make me laugh so much.
It's a joint collaboration.
Yeah, it's collaboration. That's what it is. Absolutely. Okay, let's do this. We're running a little bit late here. Let's take a break here. When we come back, we have Mark and Angie both in queue in the line. Once again, put your questions or your comments in the comments section, and we'll get to everybody. It's going to be a great night. You are listening to GhostBox Radio on AM 950. Greg Bakun here. I love historic tours of Minneapolis and seeing everything it has to offer. But if you know me, I like to include a little spooky in my tours, which is why I found the perfect combination. Minneapolis Trolley Tours does this amazing candlelight ghost tour that you have to check out. It's an extremely immersive experience. It's a trolley trip that starts out at a haunted mansion, traveling around Minneapolis locations, exposing ghost stories that the public and business owners would rather left untold. Then a tour of the aforementioned haunted mansion where ghosts of past residents from the 1800s reside, plus a lot of surprises to discover. Next, experience Gertrude's After Hours. Did I mention Gertrude is the mansion's most famous ghost? Maybe she'll show up. And you finish up the tour at Gertrude's Lounge in the haunted basement of the mansion with refreshments and Q&A. The trolleys are climate controlled and the mansion is restored to perfection. Check out MinneapolisTrolleyTours.com for more information. Are you one of thousands of individuals who know you have psychic abilities but don't know how to tap into your higher self? Refined Divine is an extremely gifted psychic medium who offers classes that can help you reach your goals. Refined Divine holds classes Monday and Thursday at her 2 locations and via Zoom. Classes consist of manifestation, learning psychic abilities, shadow work, and healing trauma. Refined Divine has helped thousands, and she can help you.
This is Psychic Medium Deb. You can go to refineddivinepsychic.com.
Greg Bakun here. Like you, I love good, fresh, delicious food. So I want to tell you about this treasure in Roseville called Maverick's Real Roast Beef. Maverick's has the best roast beef sandwiches I've ever had. Made fresh every order. Add fries or onion rings dropped in the fryer when ordered, and you have a winning combination. Maverick's Real Roast Beef has a lot more than roast beef, so check out their website, mavericksbeef.com, or check out their restaurant on Lexington in Roseville. And welcome back to GhostBox Radio on AM 950. My name is Greg Bakun. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. It is One Question Readings with Psychic Medium, Refined Divine Deb. And Deb, before we get to more One Question Readings here, you got an event coming up this Sunday. Would you like to talk about it?
Yes, we're going to be at the Prairie du Chien Hoffman Hall in Prairie du Chien, Wisconsin, and we will be there from 10 to 5. I'm going to be having a psychic gallery at 11 a.m. and then a sound healing at 2 p.m. And we have free speakers all day long every 30 minutes. So there is a plethora of people and things to learn and enjoy. We are going to be pulling door prizes all day long, every half hour. And we have thousands of dollars in door prizes for this. All of our vendors do donate door prizes. And we also, as Refined Divine, donate door prizes. We love doing this. It is just like a huge whole day of partying with like-minded spiritualists. And it is so much fun. We can't wait.
No. And I'm bummed because you have invited me to all of your January events, and I had to pull back because of just there's one non-paranormal event at the end of the month that I'm working on, that I'm doing six presentations at, and I needed to kind of focus. And being sick also has taken a lot out of getting anything done. So I'm really bummed, because you are right. It is like a party atmosphere. It is fun. It is very high energy, very good energy. And these are the events to go to. Everybody there is on the same page. Everyone has the same goal, and that is just to make people feel welcome and be able to help them with whatever they need. And I think that is fantastic. So
And I screen all of our vendors. Every single vendor is screened through me personally. So all of our readers are authentic at 100%, and so are our healers. We have shamanic healers, Chinese medicine, hypnotherapists. We have all kinds of people coming from all modalities of holistic healing, and they are all top quality. I make sure of it, handpicked.
You screen them. No wonder why I'm not at these events. Okay, that makes sense now. Yeah. But
You were
yeah,
invited.
yeah, I was invited, and I'm really annoyed that I couldn't make it, and hopefully that there'll be some invites in the future that I will make a priority to get in.
We are setting up shows for July.
Very nice.
Mm-hmm.
You're not doing anything between February and June?
Yeah, I'm with Rooted Holistics every single
Oh.
weekend, and I'm the headliner at 11 a.m.
Oh.
every single weekend, all the way up until June.
Big shot. Big shot. We are doing one question readings with psychic medium refined divine Deb. I really cannot speak tonight, but who needs to speak when you're hosting a radio show, right? I mean, that's just
right.
Who needs to do that? It doesn't matter one bit.
We're all here for you.
I appreciate it. So once again, put your question into the comments section, and Deb will answer them. But you can get to us much quicker if you call in 952-946-6205, 952-946-6205, hoping that the folks that have been patiently waiting on the phone are still with us. We're first going to go to Mark. Mark, how are you doing tonight?
I'm good, Greg. How are you doing?
Doing very well. Thank you. And thank you for being patient as we get to you. Do you have a question for Deb tonight?
I do, but first of all, I got to tell you, Greg, you sound a whole lot better than you did the other night. I almost wanted to grab a bag of cough drops and get them over there to you.
Was it that bad?
Well, it wasn't terrible. It's just like, oh, this guy needs a little bit of help, but you sound a whole lot better tonight.
I mean, and the idea of this guy needs some little bit of help, that still applies in just a lot of different areas. But I appreciate that, Mark.
So, Deb, so you're not supposed to tell a psychic anything. So I've got a question, but how do I ask you a question?
You just ask.
Lost a very close old friend recently.
Okay. How recent, please?
He had been out of contact with all his friends for about 20 years.
How long ago did he pass, please?
About a month.
Okay. And what is his first name, please?
Bill.
Phil, as in PH Phil?
B as in boy.
Bill. B-I-L-L. Bill.
Yep. We all used to call him Willie.
Is this his real name, Bill?
Yes. Well, William.
Okay. I was like, I don't think that's his real name because I'm not getting a connection. William. Okay, here we go. Fast-paced life. Really loved cars, fast-paced things when you were younger. Really here to have a good time. You used to party with him, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah, he's really fast. It makes me want to really jittery and talk very fast, actually. He feels like he's got high energy. Go, go, go. Right up until the end, actually. He never changed. That's who he stayed. He wants you to know that he never changed. He stayed that momentum and he stayed that person right up until the end. That's the way he lived his life.
And everybody, all his friends just can't figure out why he cut off contact with everybody.
Because he thought he was better. Sorry. He's laughing and kind of like chuckling about his decisions.
Okay.
He says to us that back then he had met a girl, he had met somebody, and made him feel like he was better than others.
Okay.
At that time, and he says to us that the better than feeling took him to heights of different places, and then he was just embarrassed.
Okay. Well, that would make sense.
Yep, he shows me just like complete embarrassment. But he says to us that he loved you all and the bond was real. Do you understand what I'm saying? The bond was real. Like all of you had a bond that other people usually don't see. It was tight. The
Yes,
friend
we
circle was
were.
tight, like real tight. Like you guys could tell each other anything. So it didn't make any sense. He said it didn't make any sense. And so he just says to us that he is sorry for that. And he's giving me the song, Brother Art Thou Our Way. Carry on, Brother Art.
Hey, brother. That's all.
Carry on.
Oh.
Carry on. Does that song mean something to you?
Oh, only if it's by Kansas.
So like Carry On My Wayward Son.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought too when you started Carry On. This first thing that popped in my mind was Kansas.
Yeah, I don't know music. All I know is what I hear. And so I try to apply it, but I'm not very good with applying music. But the music is very loud. And he gives us that song to give to you.
Okay.
Thank you
There
for
you go.
calling in.
There you go.
Thank
Mark,
you.
does all that resonate with you?
It does very much. And Greg, tell Deb if she wants to share her event to the group page, I'll put it out to all the members.
That'd be great. Which group page is that, by the way?
The Swanton, Ohio Paranormal Discussion Group.
Okay, there we go. Awesome. Thank you, Mark.
Little small town Midwestern group.
Absolutely.
You guys have a good night. Thanks,
You
Deb.
too. Thanks for the call.
Yeah, you're so welcome.
Take
Thanks
care.
for the call. We are doing one question readings with Psychic Medium Refined Divine, and we it's been phone calls so far tonight, and we're going to keep that going. Once again, you could put your question into the comments. Feel free to do so, or you can call in 952-946-6205, 952-946-6205, and we're going back to the phone now with Angie. Angie, how are you doing tonight?
I'm good. How about you, Greg?
Doing very well. Thank you so much for calling in. You got a question for Deb?
Yeah. Hi, Deb.
Hi, Ange.
I was I was just wondering if my dad had any messages for me while I work. Sometimes I'm like, God, I wonder what he thinks of all the changes I've made in about 10 years.
About all these what?
All the changes I've made the last 10 years. Life.
He's giggling and says, 10 years? How about the last 6 months? Right?
Yeah, no
okay,
shit.
you know that song that talks about family tradition? It's a family tradition.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about without saying it over the airwaves or being public about it. You get what we're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so he says to us
Yeah, I do.
that he's incredibly proud. As he's watched you grow, he has not missed a thing, and not one thing. And it says to us that he is proud of you for putting up with your mother. And that he just gives you so much love for everything that you are doing. And he says to keep going, and he says to keep looking for all the R's and not the are nots. And my heart feels really full and just like love pouring towards you.
Oh, that's really nice. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you for calling.
Thank you, Angie.
Yeah, you guys have a good night.
You too. Thank you very much. It's really there's something to be said about listening, and we've had 3 calls now, and they are all these wonderful moments of being reconnected with loved ones and being able to have those messages and stuff, and those are just beautiful. I mean, they're really something. I just it's so nice to hear those messages, and and you can hear from the folks calling in how much these people mean to them. You could just hear that
Yes.
in their voice, and really incredible, really incredible.
Well,
And
spirit is literally so powerful tonight, Greg, that we are in rocking motion. And that is when, like, if you can see the subtle movements in my body,
oh yeah,
it's really powerful tonight.
yeah.
And when we're doing it, like, literally, my body feels like I'm floating.
What do you think? There's any special reason that the spirit's really powerful tonight?
Yeah, there's a lot going on in the world.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on that's catastrophically causing a lot of fear and a lot of shifting and a lot of unknown. And when that happens, we find that spirit comes to us a lot stronger and straightforward, and uplifts me to help others uplift themselves, to keep the energy in the world high and to be in a love frequency, right? And
Mhm.
so they really do stream quite stronger when things are taking place that are darker.
When you're talking about that, and the thing I think about is, like you said, all the catastrophic stuff going on around the world, and people are pretty much, asking, really pulling on spirit, if you will, to be there, and is that the what that is, and basically is that so many people are pulling it,
Absolutely.
that it's there, and it's super magnified at the moment.
Absolutely. Like when we were in New Orleans, I and Greg touched on this before the show. I ended up channeling all of the horribleness that was going to take place there before it happened. Just days before it happened, we were channeling there in New Orleans, and spirit was so loud. They sat me down to write that. There was no way they weren't going to let me. Like, it was just, you need to write this. The world
Yeah.
needs to hear this.
Do you mind if I read that?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. There's 2 of them.
There, okay, because I've seen the one. Let's see here, and the moment I press on it, on the tab, there it is. It disappeared.
Dave,
Of
you could
course,
send it to them, both of them, the channeled.
I have. Let me read this one first. And what we called it was Old English, and you
Mm-hmm.
said that this was from somebody from the 1700s, a lady from the 1700s, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
So this is one of them, channeled in New Orleans, and she says that you channeled, "Your hurt in hate mutilate, in mirrors resemblance of age and rhythm, sands of time beneath the brother's eye, to replicate lesson, build thy truth be known, mirror in wall within pain shadowed within all, infer
The bombs in the walls. Mm-hmm.
the bombs in the walls, infer in unworthy to shine, in duplicate infant time, infant spelled infante, time, magnetic mind and absolution of mind's pain, cycle incarnation, life's revolution, immense in mind, completion one rhyme be, riddled be time, let knowledge little be shown, for it's already sown, SOWN, pave thee in love absolution, mind's eye to be free, you the shadows time uncrossed unwritten, free heart's time shall shine. That's interesting. That's interesting.
It talks about the mutilation that continues to take place within the world because of the minds being twisted within time and within mirrors of walls. So she talks about, and I remember it so vividly. She talks to us about how the pain continues to mutilate, and it continues to keep doing what it's doing. And as she talks about in the walls, I'm like, oh my God, the bombs in the walls, of course.
Yeah. And then the other one that is just channeled by you on December 26th, 2024, in the French Quarter, New Orleans. The stars surround me, dark earth speck within a system beyond vast, unspeakable words. One who decipher to understand embodies me in the night sky. Who truly am I? Return me from which we came, one full cycle in turn. The wind wraps thee in a veil of nothingness, all directions the world from one beneath, just one breath, just beneath the gust in all directions, to return to wholesome nothingness. The trees hear my pain, thousands of incarnations, years be bound, and I of theirs. For to feed the breath of life, then return, feed on me for eternal life. One fuel to another wrapped back around, life be so profound. The sunshine of early morn diminishes, the darkness of days before. With each day a world made new, for man's brain, twisted in time, must renew in each day of new shine. Darkness and fade, made within thick skin, trapped in modern whim. Thought in a world fade to dark lead, life in no spark. Free all who arise anew with morning rise. The nature of the world accepts thee, no judgments of the seeing eye. For return to whole regrowth, as the blades of grass and seed be sown, new growth, but a choice, just as in human eye. Now, I'm just going to say, Deb, I know I've known you for a while. You don't talk this way.
No.
You do not talk this way. So,
No.
Yeah, incredible. Just incredible. What a
If you slow it down and break it down into pieces, even slower than what you recited it, it makes a lot more sense. If you take it line by line and really sit with it, you'll understand it. She talks about how it's the cycle of life and that she has watched it over and over. She is but yet a speck in the sky, but yet she watches the pain and she endures the pain over and over. And she talks about how it's coming, right? Like it's coming. The pain, it's coming. Here it comes again. And it does. But she says to us, within mind's eye, right? It's all a choice and what we feel and what we do. And so she's just like telling me, she's like, this is just this is just what keeps happening over and over and over. And I keep watching it.
Go over to Refined Divine Psychic Medium on Facebook. You're going to be able to find these, and maybe Dave can repost them so they're further up the feed so people can take a look. They're beautiful actually as well, even though they're kind of warnings that they're beautiful. Let's do this. Let's go ahead and take a break. We do have Heather on the phone. We'll get to Heather when we get back. Anyone who wants a reading, feel free to call in or put it in the comments. We'll try to get to everybody. We'll do our best. But we're doing one question readings with Psychic Medium, Refined Divine. You're listening to GhostBox Radio on AM 950. Greg Bakun here. I love historic tours of Minneapolis and seeing everything it has to offer. But if you know me, I like to include a little spooky in my tours, which is why I found the perfect combination. Minneapolis Trolley Tours does this amazing candlelight ghost tour that you have to check out. It's an extremely immersive experience. It's a trolley trip that starts out at a haunted mansion, traveling around Minneapolis locations, exposing ghost stories that the public and business owners would rather left untold. Then a tour of the aforementioned haunted mansion where ghosts of past residents from the 1800s reside, plus a lot of surprises to discover. Next, experience Gertrude's After Hours. Did I mention Gertrude is the mansion's most famous ghost? Maybe she'll show up. And you finish up the tour at Gertrude's Lounge in the haunted basement of the mansion with refreshments and Q&A. The trolleys are climate controlled and the mansion is restored to perfection. Check out MinneapolisTrolleyTours.com for more information.
If you own a holistic or metaphysical business and are looking to expand, then you need to be listed on MetamorphosisConnections.com. It's a network where you can grow with like-minded practitioners and reach new clients. MetamorphosisConnections.com is an online directory you need to list yourself and your business. Our platform makes it easy for you to create listings of your products and services, and you can also choose to list your classes, events, and so much more. MetamorphosisConnections.com helps you create weekly and monthly promotional ads targeted towards your potential clients and promotes them for you via social media and newsletter. There are clients searching for your specialty right now. Let us help them find you. Start your listing today so you can share your own unique gifts and talents by finding the level of membership that best fits your needs. Let us help you reach your clients that are searching for what you do. Visit metamorphosisconnections.com and sign up today.
And join us tomorrow on GhostBox Radio with Greg Bakun. We are going to do a replay from November with guest author Paul Blake Smith. We are talking about the JFK assassination. He brought a lot of interesting points to the table when we did the episode. We're going to be rerunning that tomorrow. Though for those of us who watch the show on the video component, I'm not 100% sure we're going to have a video version tomorrow. It depends on my energy levels and whatnot as well. Then Friday, of course, is Casual Friday. We'll be doing that live from the Anderson House in Wabasha, Minnesota, as we get ready for the Parafair that weekend. That is on the 11th. 10 to 5 p.m. Come on out, say hi, check out the other paranormal investigation or investigators and teams there. It's going to be a lot of fun. We are doing one question readings with psychic medium Refined Divine Deb tonight. Once again, put your questions in the comments. It is quicker and you are guaranteed a spot if you call us 952-946-6205. 952-946-6205. We're going to the phones right now, and we are going to talk to Heather. Hi,
Hello?
Heather. How are you doing? How are you doing, Heather?
I'm fabulous. How are you guys?
Doing very well. Do you got a question for Deb tonight?
I do. So my ex-fiance / business partner's brother was murdered a couple years ago. And his name is Vince. And I'm wondering if he has any messages I can pass along to his brother.
Can you relay the connection again?
From me to him, or
Yeah, like whose brother? Who's
my ex-fiance, and he's my business partner now, Joe. It's his brother Vince or Vincent.
Oh, it's his brother. Okay, got it. He was murdered?
Yeah.
Was this over drugs?
They were drunk.
Okay. Because it feels like he's showing me like a lot of like the brain doesn't know what it's doing and raging, and it feels like the brain is weird. Okay. So what's your fiance's name or ex-fiance's name?
Joe.
Joe. Okay, so he's talking to us about hanging in there and hanging tough. Like he gives me this like big boys don't cry, and he's like, that's bullshit. Like, it's okay to be sad, it's okay to be it's okay not to be okay, and it's still okay for him to have grief in his heart. And he says to us that it is that the pain of him being gone that tends to drag him down during times of birthdays and holidays and things like this. And he says to us that that's when he's most present and that's when he can feel him the most. And he wants him to pay the fuck attention.
Okay.
Does that resonate at all? Does that make any sense to you, Heather?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. I mean, anything else with that, Heather, or does that answer what you were looking for?
So what do you got to say? I'm not going to argue with him. We did enough of that when he was alive.
I'm not asking you to argue with him. I just want to make sure you got what you needed. Just want to make sure you got what you needed. All right. Well, thank you, Heather. Appreciate the call. We are doing one question readings with psychic medium Refined Divine, and you can call in 952-946-6205. Deb will be doing the dishes for some time over at Deb and Dave's, and hopefully it is. That's all that we have to worry about, the dishes, no fines or anything. And then with that, you can put your questions into the comments section. You can call in 952-946-6205. Let's go to the comments and see what we got there. And Mandy asked the question, hi, Deb, does my mom have a message for me?
Mandy, what's mom's name?
Mandy, this is why you should call in.
Yes, please call in. So much faster, so good. It's quick, it's painless, we promise.
I mean, you got a lot of people bearing their souls tonight. So, if they can do it, anyone can do it. You know what I
That's
mean?
right.
It's that's a lot. Lynn, Lynn.
Yeah, she says that there's a lot of worry when it comes to family, and there's a lot of worry around you're wondering about like what's going to happen or what is happening. A lot of worry. She says to us that you need to calm your mind and just be at peace. That an overactive mind doesn't ever create anything good, and so she's just reminding us for you just to slow down and just to enjoy the ride, just to enjoy things more. She says to us that the worry needs to just kind of she gives me like this slow wind just kind of breezing past her, like this is us just trying to calm you. Just be still.
You are.
Yeah.
Interesting. Very interesting. I mean, yeah. I mean, Mandy, let us know if that resonates at all. It's very interesting. Especially to get to get those readings from loved ones and to see how they resonate and stuff. And I always find it fascinating how spirit and our loved ones in spirit form are always with us and they're always watching. And I think sometimes it's easy for a lot of us to forget that is the case. Like I also imagine that they can catch up on what we're doing in a moment. It's because time is irrelevant.
Time is irrelevant to them, Greg, and they are everywhere. So literally they can be with me, be with you, they can be with everybody at the same time. And so when my really close friend Jacob died 6 years ago, that's the first thing that he started doing when he passed over on the other side. He stayed in the in-between world for about 3 months. And during that 3 months time, I have a lot of channeled writing and a lot of writing from him specifically, teaching me all of this. And so during that time is when I really grasped a hold that I was supposed to come and help other people understand people's passings and understand what the other side is like and what that is for them. And so they can better grasp it. And as Jacob would say, if you think it's true, it's true. And so when he first started telling me that and teaching me that, I thought he was crazy, even as a dead person, just batshit nuts, right? And so he says to us that that's just the way it is. And so if you could think about one person being an infinite light, that's what happens when they pass on the other side. It's an
Yeah.
infinite light that is touching everybody at the same time.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
That makes a
and so
lot of sense.
that's how we can follow all energy lines, is that we just need the name, and we need the authentic name of the person while they were here, because there's many lives that each soul carries. And so but we need the name of the current life so that we can follow those energy lines and get those readings for the people that are in distress or wanting to connect with them.
Makes a lot of sense. Oh, that's great. That's a great answer. Mandy also followed up. She says, "Thank you. It does. I've been worrying a lot." So there you
Yes.
are. There you are.
Mama says just calm it down.
Calm it down, for goodness sake. All right. So with that, let's see. Where are we at for time here? We're running out of time. If I don't get to you, there's a lot we're not going to get to tonight, and I do apologize. Deb will be back in 2 weeks. You're going to be back on my birthday, as it happens. Yeah, I know, right?
Whoa, that's gonna be one heck of a show. You got any special requests, Greg?
Just prosperity. That's it. All right. Karen asks the question, "Hey Deb and Greg, my dogs have been acting strange, barking and staring at things unknown. Is someone visiting me, and who is it?"
You know, Karen, it's not just you. My dogs also have been quite crazy, and so have my cats. And we actually have been hearing this from a lot of people, that they just are more stirred right now and acting more mysterious than usual. So it's not just you. Like, that's just something that really is happening right now. And so just know that for whatever reason, they're heightened. And that's exactly why that's taking place.
So it's not. It sounds like that. It's a lot of people who are getting that.
Yes, we've had a lot of questions and people asking us about it and referring to their pets just acting just strange.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. But it makes sense, doesn't it? Because it ties into what we just talking about, like the strongness of spirit tonight, and
Yes.
why it's so strong.
Yep, because dogs lie within the love frequency. They're at a love frequency, so they're at a higher frequency than most animals, and so they're within that realm of spirit and conveying those messages and stuff. So could they be spooked by more spirits? Yes, but do I feel it's directed towards Karen? No.
Now you are going to be over at and is that Prairie du Chien?
Prairie du Chien,
Thank you.
Wisconsin at the Huffman Hall. It's going to be great. Greg, you're going to be so sad that you're not there this Sunday because we can solemnly say, I and Dave, that place is so incredibly haunted.
Is that the school?
It is the Huffman Hall Community Center, and it is right in the middle of the prison.
You're saying that I'm going to wish I was there. You're going to wish I was there. That's all.
You're right. I am going to wish that you were there. You're correct.
So once again, folks, you can schedule full readings with Deb over at her website, refinedivinepsychic.com. You can also see where she's appearing at, also her retreats, getting things scheduled for readings or classes. We didn't even talk about the classes a whole lot. Also go to her Facebook page, Refined Divine Psychic Medium on Facebook. Deb, as always, thank you so very much for joining us tonight. This was great.
Yeah, thank you.
And then I will be back Friday with Casual Friday as we are live from the Anderson House in Wabasha, Minnesota. Everyone, have a fantastic evening.
It's Brad Friedman, host of the Bradcast.